So,
but that's not a diss. Meek likes being brought up in that song. I don't know why you lowering his thing. You think you're doing him a favor? He's very, very happy being mentioned. I'm pretty sure.
And I had my own weed, but like everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the fucking door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the fuck was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against ass cheeks. I heard niggas struggling to take dick. I heard niggas being like, yeah, daddy. Like when he started all that daddy this and daddy that, and then I heard some hollering and struggling. Like, yeah, I kept the phone there and I recorded all this.
That Nicki recorded that at the freak off in the Calabasas. She been waiting to drop that shit on Meek.
Do you think it's a lot of undercover brothers in the industry?
We don't know about that.
Cause I do.
Real rap.
You think that audio that they put out was real?
Yeah, that was him. Nicki put that out there. That Nicki recorded that at the freak off in the Calabasas. She been waiting to drop that shit on Meek.
Oh,
she just wasn't gonna tell nobody it was Diddy. But now that Diddy out there, why not?
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
I want to take a moment of silence for all Meek Mill fans and all Philadelphia niggas around the globe right now. Because they got him. And by they, I mean Diddy. Diddy got Meek Mill and it's all coming out in a law.
He says things, he doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity. He says something fabulous and he goes, yo, no, but me and you, we ain't party. Like, we need to party. What are you talking about? Then when people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable. Like, when you see Jaden Kiss put his head down, like, while we stuck here right now, and the cameras is rolling, everybody see, don't make like it's just me, man. Fluffy do some like, a little fluffy stuff
now you guys
on. Like he said something to me one time, a long time ago. He told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You gonna make me mess up the wedding. Let me get out of take me, that's what a guy says to a girl.
And then Milk running around, talking about expensive pain.
Now,
in his ass.
Wait, this is Philly you're talking about now. Wait a minute, Jack.
Meek.
Wait a minute.
He's a fucking Fruit Loop. He Diddy-fied.
This is Philly.
He's a deep fried period. He Diddy-fied. He Diddy-fried. He the Diddy do-I-bop. Me.
Everybody kind of knew back in the day that Meek Mills and Puff was a little too friendly. Anytime two rappers or two people in the industry come dressed up alike on more than one occasion.
Shockingly, according to Jaguar Wright's interview, Nicki Minaj leaked a contentious audio tape with Diddy and Meek Mill. Wright claims that as charges against Diddy were mounting, Minaj decided to share the tape she had been keeping for years for fear of reprisal. The case became much more complicated when it came to light that one of Diddy's former bodyguards was first accused of leaking the information. Nonetheless, according to Wright, Minaj and her team bribed the ex-bodyguard to claim responsibility in order to shield her from any criticism. This information is part of a larger complaint that producer Lil Rudd brought against Diddy, in which she accused him of secretly having many romantic relationships inside the business. Rudd did not specifically name Meek Mill and Usher, but he did provide details that let the audience identify them. Usher, who had a successful residency in Las Vegas and performed at the Super Bowl, and Meek Mill, who is recognized for his ties to Philadelphia and his history with Nicki Minaj, both met the criteria. Meek Mill issued a slew of defensive comments in which he firmly denied the accusations and the recording that had leaked onto social media. He made an effort to debunk the accusations by highlighting his leadership position in the Black community and his societal achievements. He swore to be honest no matter what and emphasized that the attacks on his reputation will fail. These discoveries include high-profile personalities and hint to broader concerns within the culture of the entertainment business and the management of personal disagreements and secrets. As the scandal unfolds, the industry is left reeling from the consequences. A damning audio tape purportedly capturing a very private and personal moment between Meek Mill and Diddy has leaked, turning the issue surrounding the two into an extremely contentious one. Reportedly, the tape was shared by Diddy's ex-bodyguard, who confessed publicly on Instagram Live.
And I had my own weed, but like everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the fucking door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the fuck was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against ass cheeks. I heard niggas struggling to take dick. I heard niggas being like, yeah, daddy. Like when he started all that daddy this and daddy that, and then I heard some hollering and struggling like, yeah, I kept the phone there and I recorded all this.
He said that he had videotaped the encounter at one of Diddy's private parties because he was so startled by what he saw. The ex-bodyguard went on to say that Diddy had tainted the party beverages to make sure everyone was unconscious, even though he was fully aware of his surroundings as he hadn't drunk any. Concerns about knowledge and consent are further heightened by this allegation. The situation became much more complicated when a video of Meek Mill looking awkward in a pool while Diddy taped him and added his remarks leaked. The footage seems to have been shot in the bedroom not long after the alleged assault.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
The privacy of prominent personalities and their private lives have been the subject of heated controversy since the beginning of this string of exposés. Both the tape's veracity and the reasons for their disclosure are being investigated. The personal and legal ramifications of such charges are substantial. What this issue shows about the limits, or lack thereof, in celebrity culture and entertainment business practices, as well as how Meek Mill and Diddy will respond to these accusations, are the main points of attention as the public responds and new facts may come to light. Jaguar Wright's most recent interview has added another aspect to the developing drama between Nicki Minaj, Meek Mill, and Diddy. The contentious tape featuring Meek Mill and Diddy was first recorded by Nicki Minaj, not by the ex-bodyguard who subsequently claimed credit, according to Wright. According to Wright, Nicki recorded herself when they were together and ultimately decided to quit the relationship because of what she heard. Nicki was afraid Diddy would retaliate, so she hung onto the tape, as Wright reveals. Nevertheless, now that the secret was out in the open, she felt forced to reveal it in an effort to shed light on the dynamics of her past connection with Meek and maybe address any outstanding matters. Wright further complicates matters by claiming that Nicki was paid to have the ex-bodyguard take the responsibility for the leak. This move sheds insight on the extent to which people may go to maintain their public image and personal safety, indicating that superstars use a more strategic and protective approach. In addition, the details revealed by Wright are related to Nicki's previous allegations against Meek Mill, in which she detailed instances of physical and mental abuse. These details help to portray a picture of a relationship characterized by intense emotional and psychological turmoil. Nicki had previously made these claims public on her Queen radio program and in a live discussion with Soulja Boy, when she brought up the subject of rap artists' concealed lives again. The highly anticipated documentary by Nicki Minaj is set to dive into her life and career starting from 2015, including her relationship with Meek Mill, and is expected to provide further insight into this continuing storyline. The complex and sometimes unseen dynamics of celebrity relationships might be better understood via this documentary, which could provide a more in-depth look at the challenges and stresses that these couples endure. In this intricate tale of celebrity power and secrecy, the public and fans are left to piece together the stories of those directly and indirectly engaged as the plot unfolds. Much curiosity and conjecture has been aroused by the storyline behind Nicki Minaj's early management by Diddy and her later choice to separate ways. It has come to light that Nicki left Diddy not long after he took over her management after the success of her first album, Pink Friday. The stated official explanation was that Diddy lacked enough professional concentration. Nevertheless, reports continue to circulate that Diddy attempted to expose Nicki to questionable circles and activities, which forced her to cut relations in order to prevent injury. The film's purportedly intended release adds fuel to the fire, since it will disclose Nicki Minaj's personal and professional connections in the business, including her ties to Meek Mill and Diddy. The fact that Meek Mill has taken legal action against the documentary by requesting that it remove any references to him or his associates be removed begs the issue of what more it may include. The legal effort to conceal these data raises the possibility that he has personal matters he would want to remain hidden, which in turn heightens public suspicion over their unreported relationship dynamics. It seems that business insiders are exerting a great deal of control and influence to safeguard their interests and reputations, since Nicki was unable to release her documentary as planned, likely as a result of corporate demands. In this hypothetical situation, the music business shows how openness is often compromised in favor of carefully crafted public identities. The problematic role that Jaguar Wright had in bringing these charges to light further layers the continuing issue about power, honesty, and openness in the music business. In particular, her allegations about the industry's manipulation and abuse of artists, if proven, would highlight systemic problems. The situation surrounding Nicki Minaj's safety and how the public views her in the aftermath of the leak is intricate. One may argue that she was courageous to reveal industrial secrets in order to establish herself as a person who was questioning established standards in the field. The other side is that it can cause influential people to react negatively, which might hurt her professionally and personally. People are feeling a range of emotions in response to these events. Some are disappointed and angry at people in authority, while others may see the parties involved as part of a system that suppresses others who disagree. Questions about the character of their relationships and the consequences of such pledges are raised by the introduction of a video from 14 years ago in which Diddy made ambitious promises to a young Justin Bieber.
As soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. Yeah, this gonna be yours. So every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but you know.
Mentoring is a multifaceted concept, and this finding may point to a more nuanced interaction than was previously thought. The current uproar over Diddy and the rediscovery of this old video might lead to a more widespread conversation over the roles and limits of mentor-mentee relationships in the show business. More openness and maybe a shift in the way powerful people in the business mentor and handle up-and-coming artists are two outcomes that may result from this kind of investigation. His legal battles and the re-evaluation of his former relationships, especially with Cassie and Kim Porter, have placed Diddy under constant scrutiny, which has led to the questioning of actions that were previously acceptable or ignored. Recent admissions by Jaden Smith further complicate the image of Diddy's dealings with young celebrities like Justin Bieber, suggesting that these mentor-mentee relationships may have deeper layers. The public now has a more complex picture of Diddy's character, because to the comeback of former colleagues and disclosures from people like Jaden, Usher, and Diddy's security detail. There seems to be a larger trend in the sector toward more openness in order to recognize and rectify any potential abuse of power dynamics. After unexpectedly collaborating on Diddy's record and selling his music library, Justin Bieber seemed to be reassessing his business and personal goals. This was followed by his decision to stop touring and sell his music collection. Another degree of complication is added to their interactions by the implication that Justin has a long-standing emotional relationship with Diddy. Their connection and its impact on Justin's musical choices are called into doubt by this. The dynamics of the entertainment business, particularly those pertaining to power and influence, are being called into question by these changes. They bring attention to the fact that young artists need more open and moral direction as they negotiate the complexities of popularity and professional relationships. Because of this, we need to take a closer look at who has influence in the sector and maybe rethink their roles and duties. There is a clear discrepancy between Justin Bieber's well-documented ascent to popularity and Diddy's new assertion about meeting Justin and playing guitar on the street. Since Usher and Scooter Braun were obviously involved in Justin's early career, the eyebrows have been raised at this inconsistency. The music industry's complex web of links and dynamics may be better understood with reliable historical narratives, but when such stories include discrepancies, it can lead to more uncertainty and confusion. An organized attempt was made to establish Justin's career, as documented in the story of his early meetings in the business, which were supported by his mother Patty and manager Scooter Braun. An important turning point in his journey was his exposure to Usher. Consequently, if Diddy makes conflicting statements on his first meeting with Justin, it calls into doubt not just his story but also the veracity and honesty of the accounts given by seasoned professionals in the field. There is a rising public interest in looking back at the childhoods of celebrities like Justin Bieber, and the conversation around the resurfacing of old footage is a reflection of that. Their personal and public identities are shaped in part by the swagger coaching that Ryan Good received from Usher. This re-examination might shed light on hitherto unnoticed facets of their travels. There has been a change in public understanding and views towards the management and grooming of young talent, as shown by the difference in public opinion between remarks made years ago and the present, particularly with reference to individuals like Diddy. This change is a component of a larger trend toward transparency and moral leadership among the entertainment industry's youth. It serves as a timely reminder of the need of continuously examining the lives of rising stars and the people who guide and oversee them, and of having honest conversations about these topics. Along with Diddy's problematic comments and actions, a number of events and encounters involving Justin Bieber have surfaced, highlighting a larger social reevaluation of previous activities in the entertainment business. Through a perspective that places an emphasis on comprehending power relations, obtaining permission, and respecting limits, this reevaluation is illuminating what were formerly thought to be innocuous or ordinary interactions. While the altercation between Justin Bieber and Jenny McCarthy at the American Music Awards may have been seen as lighthearted at the time, it has since brought up important questions about the way older individuals approach and view young superstars in prominent public spaces. An ongoing conversation on the need of respecting personal boundaries, regardless of gender or celebrity status, is sparked by these kinds of exchanges, particularly when they include physical touch that makes the younger person uncomfortable. A pattern of placing young artists in adult-centric environments that may not always prioritize their well-being or autonomy is shown in the video from the Grammy Awards, which captures uncomfortable questioning directed at Bieber, as well as in the discussions about Diddy and Usher's early interactions. These situations add to the larger discussion on the suitability of these dynamics and the potential effects they may have on the psychological well-being and growth of young people in the long run. Reflections on Justin Bieber's life as a child star, which include his battles with substance abuse and relationships, serve as a powerful reminder of the difficulties and pressures that young talents have when suddenly thrown into the spotlight. A nurturing and considerate atmosphere free from exploitation or excessive influence is essential for the development of young artists, and the public and media must play a significant role in either reinforcing or questioning these pressures. A more fair and sympathetic media environment can only be created via the active participation of the TikTok community in bringing attention to these concerns, particularly when it comes to discussing the double standards in the treatment of male and female celebrities in comparable circumstances. This kind of participation on the internet does double duty. It raises consciousness about these problems and pushes for a change in how the public and media see and treat celebrities, especially those who start their careers at a young age. The complicated power dynamics and personal limits within the entertainment business are undoubtedly shown by the interactions discussed between Justin Bieber, Diddy, and Usher. There has to be a lot more investigation into partnerships that can take advantage of or upset younger artists, given the reports regarding Diddy's contacts, especially the gaps and patterns of conduct you brought out. The uncomfortable public contacts between Justin Bieber and Usher, as well as their responses to Diddy, show how young stars like them may feel pressured and uncomfortable when their personal and professional boundaries are pushed by more experienced stars. It is crucial to always connect with young people with respect and decency, but particularly in a prominent and important setting like this one. Justin Bieber, on the other hand, may benefit greatly from opening up about his struggles and maybe even find some solace in doing so. His story, told from his own perspective, might shed light on the nuances of his experiences and spark conversations on the treatment of young artists, mental health in the entertainment industry, and celebrity culture more generally.